Oh god, this mess again. Hello everybody. Let's see if we can't turn this town around. I mean, we're basically starting over, it feels like. We've had so much of our town die off. We don't need chickens. Okay, so what's the plan? Commenter was telling me possibly to not turn off all my farms. Although I don't remember why. And then we also have the problem of our storage barns being full with wool and leather instead of being able to store food. Like this one is literally just leather and wool. So what we can do is we can store a bunch of it here. I mean, I don't know how much of it we can hold. I do have 500 wool here already. That's cool. So why don't we up that? Same with the leather. See, not with the intention of selling it necessarily, even though we could. But, just for storage, to get it out of the barns. 100 wool coats. 2,000 wool. And 1,000 leather. I have no idea if the trading post will even hold this much, but, we'll find out. Do we have a trader? We do have just one, so that's gonna take them a while. Okay, so we're also, even with the low amount of people, we've got like no food, very low happiness. We are basically out of iron, which means we're gonna run out of tools again soon. Ugh, this town. Really went downhill. How many tailors do we have? 3? We don't need that many. Yeah, I turned that one off. This one's still on. Wool coats. This one, and then this one. Making leather. Maybe I'll have you doing both. Or we could just do both on multiple. So that way we're using up leather and wool. Okay, that sounds fine. We have like no leeway with anybody. So we've got to keep our schools open. That one's full. And this one's got a lot in it too. 35 students. Because that was one of the big things for what went wrong in this town, I believe, is the lack of education produced unproductive people. I didn't know it did that. I'm not surprised. It makes sense. Why else would you have schools and educate your students or your people if it didn't have some sort of reason for doing so in the game? So we're going to focus on that. We're going to get students pushed through. And hopefully we'll get some more productive adults coming out the other end. We are out of firewood. Like, completely. Oh, We have 5 foresters left out of 28 available jobs. This is gonna be rough. If we don't see any good progress in this episode, like a light at the end of the tunnel, then I'll go ahead and call it on this town as a failure that I screwed up. But if we can start to pull ourselves out of this, then I'll keep trying to fix it. I think we are pretty spread out, especially like with this expansion over here that maybe I put in way too soon. But I don't know. There's a myriad of issues. We need to get herbs too. I've only got one person working. Yeah, we just need you know, babies being born is great, but we need the students that become adults. Summer. Yeah, I don't have the farmers. It's like I get that we should turn these on, but if there's no farmers to work them, then what's the point? Did we free up some space? Not really. How's this thing looking? Only 300 on the leather. Only 500 on the wool still. Tools is now low. We need more iron. We don't need coal. There's no food. Wish I could put people into gathering and fishing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've got all these herdsmen. We lost our population, so there should be less mouths to feed, and for some reason we just can't, like, we can't get ahead of it. I don't understand why. Like, the lack of population from all of the die-off should mean less mouths to feed, so the food that you do produce can feed the smaller population, but it doesn't seem to be the case because we're still starving. Takes forever for students to go through school. Maybe I should have run this off camera because it's kind of another one of those segments where I'm just sort of letting the simulation run to see if the ship's gonna right itself at all. Because there's nothing I can do, really. Like, I don't have people to allocate to strategic things. Like, I would love to put more people on food since we're low on food and people are starving, but I don't have anybody to put on food. Now, we could buy food, but we need the food vendor to show up. That would be helpful. So another good suggestion somebody had was to build another trading post, but don't put it on the main river, like put it on a lake over here. And then you just use it for storage. Which seems a bit hacky, but totally works. So like we could put one over here. Actually, it's not a bad idea because we got our we got all of our animals right here. I mean, I don't think I have the building resources to do it anyways. But yeah, I mean, that's the other problem is I don't have any resources to build anything either right now. Damn it. Can I make this work here? No, it does not want to. Oh, I've got a road here, so maybe we can get it to go this way. Probably could if the fishing hut wasn't there. I'm gonna plop that down. We aren't gonna build it, but I'm gonna give that a shot. See if we can store some stuff over there in the future. But we've got a lot of work to do before then. We're running out of tools. Starting to get people without tools again. We probably want somebody working this woodcutter because this is the one that's closest to all the wood. I'm gonna turn this one off again because that one's farthest from the wood. Okay, so it turned on there. Nobody's working at this hunter's cabin. Alright, we've got a couple people, that's good. Let's put them into food. Probably gathering would be the best, maybe? I'm not sure. I mean, people have left in the comments saying how good the gatherers are. I thought that they were more of like an early game option and then you kind of move on from them, but I guess they stay really as a really good option throughout the game. And same with fishermen. Okay, I mean, we're gonna try it. Just since I'm not building anything, let's get rid of them and put them on food. So we're gonna try this. Just every free person we can get, just stick them on food until our food improves. We've also got the tool issue. We need iron. We've only got 4 miners. How many blacksmiths do we need? Well, we've got 2. Probably only need 1, honestly, but whatever. Just keep an eye on our logs because we're way understaffed for forestry, but right now. Like, we need the food. Why are we dying of starvation? There's a market right here. Please bring food. Yes, okay. How are we doing on this? Only 27% full. Almost got the full 1,000 leather. Alright, he hasn't been grabbing any of the wool. Okay, let's buy some food. How much does this give us? 2,500. I can trade the 100 mutton for 3 times as much food from something that costs only 1. So we'll grab all the cabbage. All the onions. All the peppers. And 175 pumpkins. Alright, trade. That's quite a bit of food. I hope that helps. I'm gonna add another temporary trader to just try and help distribute that. I don't know if the trader has to do it or if the marketeers will come here and get it also. I guess we will see. Need to buy firewood. So it was also suggested, and I might have mentioned this in the last one, that when nomads come in, I mean, it does feel right now like we're desperate for people to fill these jobs that are open. And nomads will fill the jobs, but they're uneducated workers, so they may fill the jobs, but they're not going to do a good job at those jobs. So you don't want them for that reason. So it's a little counterintuitive, but I can totally understand. Alright, we got those big numbers, but we just put in over 3,000 food on top of the 500 that we have. Is any of it still here? Nope, it's all gone. And so we're already in the hole. Oh, good. We have no physician. Now let's get one really quick. I don't like that it does that. Get some more fishermen. So I believe the fish produce all year long. Alright, yeah, our logs are going down. I don't know, we're gonna have to slowly start building up our forestry. The health of our citizens is really bad. "14 citizens without tools." I don't know what to tell you guys. See, I don't know if the people working the mines are uneducated. I've run into this before. And it just seems like the mines produce really poorly. Don't understand why you can't get better production from a mine. Like, you honestly get better use out of sending laborers to gather off the land. Is there anything in here that tells me anything good about education? Well, you can see the education is on a slow rise. Should it say 100 because I've got 100 people? I guess so. Health is on the decline. Everybody has clothes. Yeah, I guess that was one of my mistakes early on at the start. I talked before about how I tried to get a school going like as early as possible so you could have educated people. And for some reason, to start this town, I was thinking, well, let's just get everybody working. And I didn't understand just how bad it can be with fully uneducated townsfolk. People dying of old age, that's fine, that's gonna happen. Number of students is pretty low. They all attend that school. That's alright, we'll keep the 2 going. I mean, as long as it's over 20, then you need 2 schools. It's fairly empty. Might turn this farm on when we grow a little bit more. It's a little more centralized. What do we got here? Wool and leather. Yeah, I think I've got enough of that. How are we doing? About halfway full. We've almost got all the wool. Let's jump it up to another 1,000. We are going to have 0 firewood. I mean, we already have no firewood, but we're going to definitely have 0 when our logs go down to 0. Logs have been on the decline, and this is why. There's no foresters. Oh, you can't really turn these off, can you? That one's really far away. Alright, we're starting to get ahead on food a little bit, aren't we? That's good. So now what? Like, do I scale back? Do I dare scale back? Like, maybe take a couple people out of this and... put them into forestry, or, you know, anything else. Trying to strike a balance. Like, it doesn't do us any good to keep climbing to 10,000 food when we only need, you know, 2,000 or 3,000. Especially when we're short in other areas. A little bit of iron right there. Saw some over here. A little bit there. Any other ones that I missed? Oh, wow, look at that. There's a whole bunch. Let's grab that. I don't think we can get across here without a bridge. Bunch of stone down here. Look, I already thought about expanding down here too. Oh, I did. With these guys. Those people are way too far away. Yeah, we'll see if we can get some laborers down there. I mean, we have no laborers, but... Okay, we lost a herdsman. We really need these students to graduate. Everybody's cold, even though, you know, we're capped on clothes. Alright, there's some nomads. 31. I am so tempted to do it. Like, we need the bodies. I don't know, like, I really want to break the cycle that we're in. And I think the way to do that is to get educated workforce. And by letting these people in, we're just perpetuating the uneducated people problem. So I think I'm going to deny them. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is that a bad choice? Is a working body better than a non-working body? Cherry seeds. Not buying that. Alright, our food is continuing to climb. That's good. But if I dare it, I'm gonna take some more people out of food. We gotta put them all into forestry. We need logs. Get rid of the physician until somebody gets sick again. Oops, I don't want to not have any laborers since we've got people dying. It's really bothering me that we didn't take those nomads. But hey, we've got tools for everybody. And a surplus of 7 at the moment. Need to get the population to grow, just not too fast like it did before. Nobody working at this one, huh? Another early winter. Alright, so check out our food. I mean, I know we just got harvest from the crops. Did all the chickens die? Yeah, they did. Nobody's working that. Okay. Yeah, our food is going up a lot now, which is great, but we don't need it to be that high. So I'm gonna keep... We need herds, people, because we want to keep the animal population good. We've got to get our logs to rebound too. I would think that most of these houses should be empty, but they're all full. Because we had 200, over 200 people in this town, and now we have half that. So I would expect some of these houses to be empty, and they're not. That doesn't make any sense. 0. Okay, so that worked to empty the wool into here. So then we can actually put food in these barns. $40 iron. Yeah, we can't afford to do that. Tools 200. I mean, I'm gonna keep them building tools because I doubt we'll be hitting cap anytime soon, but well, I know that it is slow going, but I feel like we are seeing some progress here. So the inventory doesn't count what's in the trading post. This literally just sits here. Okay. That sounds right. With 300 wool in here, we still have 2,000 out here, which is plenty. Lots of mutton. That's where most of our food is coming from, is the animals. That's why I've wanted to stay on top of the herds people. Alright, so logs look like they're going up a bit. Firewood's at 100, that's the highest I've seen it in a while. What do we got here? More seeds. It really adds zero value to us at this point. Not at all what we need. Seems like we're staying pretty balanced too, as far as people dying of old age and then new students, or students becoming laborers. The problem with that is I want more people becoming laborers. Say, look, now we just had 2 more people die with no laborers to replace them, a forester and a herdsman. There's another forester down of old age. Okay, a little bit of a dip in the food. I want to keep that balanced too. I don't want to overproduce and we don't want to underproduce. Look at the number of cold symbols is going down somewhat. It's good. Number, if it peaks right now, that's fine. That's to be expected as we harvest the farms. But we are seeming to go down in population. How is nobody working this? Or is it just telling me that there's more chickens than there needs to be? Number of citizens working at this location. Alright, so our logging numbers are going up again. Our tools look good. I'm gonna try building a house. I don't know why. It seems stupid. There's so many. Maybe not. I feel like from the start of this playthrough, or this episode, we've gained, what, like 10 to 15 new people? Or adults? It's not a lot compared to where we were. Kind of blows my mind how all these houses are full, and it's pretty much the same amount of houses we had when we had over 200 adults. Okay. Well, we've just about reached the end of the time for this one. Okay, so our food numbers have turned around. That's awesome. Our logging numbers have turned around as well, which is also good. I did put a lot of people in there. We were down to 5. So where do we need to put people now? Happiness is slowly on the rise again. We were down to 2 health, I think, or 2 hearts there for a time. We need herbalists. I can see that. Let's go ahead and put another person there. Wood cutting. I guess we need wood cutting. With the logging numbers going up. Bean seeds. They've been really trying to push the seeds. Okay, well, definitely leave me some comments on where you think we should go from here. The one thing that hasn't really gone up very much is the population, which is okay, like I said. I kind of want to take it slow instead of growing really fast again like we did before, and then growing too big and then just having it all collapse, which we've had happen twice now. So we don't want that to happen again, so I'm okay with the population creeping upwards slowly. We're back to being out of iron. So maybe we can put some more people in the mines. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that we've definitely steered into the path of a more correct direction than the path we've been heading for the last 3 episodes, which was downwards. But I love reading your guys' comments and suggestions on what I can be doing differently. So keep that up. Let me know what you think we should do from here. Keep in mind I want the goal to be to grow the city. So I want to get more of a population. I feel like we're pretty spread out already. Like, I don't know that we need to spread out anymore. So what's the best way from here to grow population without growing too fast? Just kind of slowly getting up to a large population. Let me know what you think. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. And wherever you are, have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.